Hey guys, it's Danielle, and today I wanted to come to you guys with a little bit of a chit chat video, sort of just explaining my perspective and thoughts on a couple of things right now, pop culture wise. And I just wanted to see like how you guys felt and if you agree with anything I'm saying at all. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So first things first, I want to preface this by saying I'm not necessarily like a conspiracy theorist. I'm not necessarily overly spiritual, but I do believe in God, and I do 100% think that, there is a spiritual side to things in life. Okay, so I just wanted to start by saying that before anyone goes down my neck with their agnostic or atheist views, because me personally, I don't share that perspective. But feel free to share it in the comments if that's you, okay? This video is not necessarily gonna be heavy on religion or anything like that, but I just wanted to talk to you guys genuinely and ask, like, does life not feel weird right now? Does it not feel like life is not life right now? And I saw a video titled the other day on YouTube's recommended page, and I genuinely agreed with it. It was like 2020 was the last real year. And it sounds so crazy, but I really literally agree. It almost feels like everything since then has been a simulation and we've just been living in it. No tea, no shade, not even being funny. And I say this for a couple of reasons. I'll start with the most obvious, which is social media. First and foremost, guys, social media is literally not real, but we spend so much of our time engulfed in it. What do I mean by not real? I mean, so many of the things that we see are facades. If you go on Instagram right now, you're gonna see a bunch of pictures of people that are edited and might not even look like how they look in real life. Now, that's always been the case, but let's take it a step further. Even the posts being reposted, even the knowledge that people digest on a daily basis is information that they're getting from other unreputable sources on social media. Like, if you have an Instagram page or a Twitter page or a Threads page or a TikTok and you have enough traction on that page, you can literally create false news. People don't consume accurate information anymore, and because of how easily digestible information is on the internet, people permeate false news throughout the whole entire ecosystem. I talk to my twin brother all the time, and he tells me when things are true and when things are false. There are times where we're hearing information that we don't even know is accurate. Now, on the other side of things, let me say this. We're in an age where true information is being spread too, but we have to navigate between the two. Let's take Gaza, for instance. Prior to now, we were under the impression that anything that the United States was backing may be questionable, but we never really had the true details on the other side because of censorship. Let's not distract from the fact that all countries censor. It's just a matter of whether they tell you or whether it's happening subconsciously or behind your back. If you go to China, they're very, very blatant about the things that they're going to censor you from. In the United States, however, we might not be privy to exactly what they're censoring us from until we go find the real information through our own means. So it's just now that we're becoming aware of the fact that, okay, cool, no, the United States is actually supporting a genocide. We're not actually helping anything positive. Whereas there might be a perspective where someone doesn't know that we're actually helping a genocide, or they unknowingly support it. So that's good, don't get me wrong. But then we are also making people famous that have no business being famous. Literally aiding and abetting with the degeneration of our society. What do I mean by that? I'll go into it. An example is Sexy Red. Now, a lot of people might beat me up for this, but I figured I would bring it to my YouTube channel for the simple fact that I talked about this on my close friends and I got mixed responses. Now, I understand she's a blood, whatever the case might be, guys, but it's like, you are also in the Illuminati. Now, I might lose some of you here, but stay with me. I'm not talking about the Illuminati in the strict sense where people blow it out of proportion and believe that there's clones and things like that, although I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. I really just mean it from a spiritual level and also in action a little bit. She has, first of all, said she's in the Illuminati, but second of all, it's like when you see people enter into fame, but in reality they have no business being famous, it starts to get a little crazy. Now, I'm not dogging Sexy Red. I listen to Ski Yee. I play the music too. Don't get me wrong, y'all. But at the same time, it's like, my pussy pink, my booty hole brown. Where the niggas? I'm looking for the hoes. Like, rap has never been the most prolific or deep wording. But for this girl to come out of nowhere and boom, now you're meeting Kim Kardashian. Now you're doing songs with Drake. It just kind of feels a little crazy. But then what are we seeing? Fuck my baby daddy. We're seeing pregnancy number 2 with no baby daddy announced. First baby daddy in jail, you love him. Like, this is the most low life stuff that we can consume. And I'm not sitting here slut shaming or bashing anyone, so I want you guys to tread lightly in the comments, right? Because I swear I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but I'm just trying to bring attention to the fact that these are not normal things. Let me go on a tangent real quick. Not saying this was right, but there used to be a time where people were kind of hesitant to proclaim their pregnancies out loud for a few reasons. One, they didn't want people seeing their babies before their babies had, agency. And 2, if there wasn't a father in the picture, it was kind of like, well, let me kind of keep quiet about this because people might ask. Nowadays, people don't even look for the fathers when individuals get pregnant. People don't even ask. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing because I understand respecting privacy, but it's sort of just like we've completely forsaken the idea of modesty, traditional family, accurate information, deep thought, literally everything. I feel like nowadays, because information is so digestible, people literally just get information at the click of a button, and it prevents us, or at least it slows us down from really taking our time to cog and develop independent thoughts. I can't remember the last time I talked to someone and just literally traveled. Literally just talked about different ideas, built upon it, sat down, learned something new that might take a few hours. No, people want information like this. Their attention spans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And with our attention span getting shorter, you have to understand that that makes it easier for information to fall in through the cracks. When your attention span gets shorter and shorter and shorter, then information that you don't necessarily vet or process enters into your subconscious and affects the way that you live your day-to-day life. It affects your levels of anxiety. It affects how you deal with relationships. It affects your desensitization to things that are not good. If you're constantly listening to music, let me just be real with y'all, and I hate to go on a soapbox, but it's like, if you're constantly listening to music that says, I'm looking for the hoes, I'm pregnant, but let me get shows, like whatever the fuck she says, it kind of gets to a point where it's like, bro, now 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old girls are listening to this music on replay because it's catchy and because Sexy Red is popular. And then it's no surprise when they end up pregnant too. It's no surprise when they end up seeing their friends get pregnant and not thinking twice about it. And I'm not saying pregnancy itself is the worst thing. We can even talk about Lil Durk. We can even talk about male rappers that want to push the agenda of violence and guns, and then you go see, people go do that too. Like, I'm saying the whole thing is fucked, and it's getting worse and worse and worse on a daily basis, and I hate it. That's my bigger point. And then another thing, surgeries and alterations. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm shaming anybody for getting surgery or for changing their body, but we've got 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old girls seeing people that they put on an altar that are doing crazy things. Like, let's take Summer Walker. You changed everything about yourself. You're on kid number 5 with Lil Meech, who just publicly cheated on you and lied to your face. And these are people that we're making rich. These are people that we're exalting. You get me? These are people that we're putting on a pedestal. And now, you're like, bro, there's nothing wrong with getting surgery, I swear. But it's kind of just like, why is it something that we're so desensitized to that it almost feels normal? It almost feels weird not to. You get it? It nowadays almost feels weird not to get surgery. It nowadays almost feels weird if you are married and settled down with somebody. You get me? It nowadays almost feels weird if you don't smoke, if you don't drink, if you don't have a sexual partner at all times. These are all things that are now normalized to the point where people that are not following through those paths, it almost feels weird. And that's kind of where I'm going with this. It's a perversion of society. It genuinely is. And with this perversion of society, our consciousness as a community, as a society, as a generation is going to continue to lessen and lessen and lessen and lessen and lessen. And that's why, in my own personal opinion, right now doesn't feel real. We're literally in a simulation where they're kind of like, okay, how much can we pervert this society? And at what point of perversion can we seep in and change the narrative of all of it? We're so caught up in listening to Sexy Red, wondering who's pregnant by who, what's going on here, what's going on there, that we're not paying attention to anything but maybe some people want to say they're paying attention to Gaza. But guess what? There's stuff happening everywhere. Things are changing across the board. Even our climate is crazy. Have you guys noticed that the weather's out of control? You know, like, it almost makes me go crazy to think about these things in excess, because even the cost of living is getting out of control. Even the price of food is getting out of control. And it's almost like all these things are just happening. And we're just distracted by the most like low life things we can be distracted by. Not raising our level of consciousness at all. There's one more thing I want to touch on in my little soapbox. I know I talked about the music, I talked about the surgeries. Now this one is also a little bit of a hot take, but I also want to talk about the the businesses, the entrepreneurs that are on social media. We come on social media and we either see the Sexy Reds, the Little Dirks promoting basically low life shit in their music, but we listen to it because it has a nice beat. Then we see all the Instagram models with Coke-shaped bottle bodies, thin-ass noses, all the filler, and that becomes our perception of beauty. And then we see all the entrepreneurs, self-made bosses, CEOs on the internet telling us about their luxurious lifestyle, how they don't work 9 to 5s, how they make content, how they're just, you know, living their life independent of any restrictions from a boss. Now understand, the average person is working a 9 to 5, doesn't have a BBL, probably might not have kids yet, isn't looking for a baby daddy, right? And they're looking at all these things that are supposed to be the prescription of success. So these entrepreneurs on social media, I could make a whole other video about. I've talked about MLMs, I've talked about these fake entrepreneurs all the time. But understand this, if anyone is coming on social media telling you, hey, fuck with me to make thousands of dollars, you know, fuck with me and your life will change, fuck with me because whatever you're doing currently sucks, understand that they're preying on you because you're vulnerable and because they want your money. Simple as ABC. But these are the people that we exalt on social media, like, oh, I want to be like them, or I can't wait till I become famous from making videos every day about what I eat for breakfast. And the thing is, people actually are getting famous every single day for making videos about what they eat for breakfast. Now, I'm not hating on that. Like, obviously, I want everybody to win, right? But what I'm highlighting is, there used to be a time that in order to become successful for creating videos, your videos had to have substance, your videos had to be useful in some way, entertaining in some way, and you had to learn the craft of video editing. With platforms like CapCut now, you can snap your fingers and have a fully edited video from your iPhone, and it can be a video of you filling up a glass with water. Now you're getting thousands of views, maybe. You know, and I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm saying when things took a little bit more effort, required a little bit more skill, made you think a little bit harder, it raised our IQ as a society. Because now, okay, cool, if I want to make videos, I need to learn how to edit. So now I have a skill. You get me? Oh, if I want to be a filmmaker, maybe I should learn how to film or work a camera. I'm not saying these things are bad, but it's like we're just I'm not saying these things are bad, y'all. I'm just saying we're moving into a generation where it's kind of just like everything is so easy. It's easy to have a baby, no father required. It's easy to get famous for content. It doesn't require a single ounce of skill. It's easy to sell a course. It's easy to be an entrepreneur. It's easy to make music, clearly, because all you gotta do is rap about your coochie or rap about some guns. I'm not being a hater, but I'm just highlighting that in this age of easy access, quick digest, like easy to digest, fast, I just feel like some of the nuance and beauty in the process is being lost. And for that reason, I feel like we are, as a community, kind of becoming NPCs. And I know that sounds really, really crazy, and I don't know if I've lost you guys already. If I haven't, please comment, please talk to me, let's work through this. But it's like, I don't know, I just feel like more and more people are becoming like NPCs. They have no depth, everything is prosthetic, like everything is perception instead of reality. There used to be a time where people said, guys, fuck the perception because you'll always see the reality. But nowadays, it's almost like people value the perception more than the reality. And these industry plans, the way the society is moving in front of us, literally just being so freaking scandalous, it's starting to stress me out. And I know maybe it's where I'm looking. Maybe there's pockets of people that are forward moving, are growing as a collective, are helping each other. And if that's the case, then somebody let me know something, because maybe it's my own fault. Maybe I've created or put myself in a space where all I'm seeing is like the low life stuff or the easy to digest fake false news, and that's fine. Let me know so that I can try to change my environment. But right now I'm just kind of at a loss of words when it comes to this whole thing, because I could go on and on just rambling about all the things that I feel like are corrupting our society and moving us backwards instead of forward. And I feel like there's an elite group of people that are orchestrating this, that are fully aware that society is reducing, that people are reducing, and they're happy about it. I'm not saying that some things aren't good. Like I said, we have access to the false news just as much as we maybe have access to the real news, even though it might be polluted with a bunch of false news. You know, I do think that people pushing towards entrepreneurship is good, because I do think, you know, a certain level of 9-to-5 work is slavery. But it kind of is like, I want us to genuinely be moving in these directions, not just perceived to be moving in these directions, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like the people at the top that are kind of playing with these chess pieces want us to think that we're evolving, when in reality, we're not. And that might sound crazy, but it's kind of like that one experiment where if you do this, then eventually, like, you might have a bat in your hand, do this, but then when you do this and you don't have the bat in the hand, the person is still scared the same. Or whatever that experiment was, right? It's like, if we think that because we have the internet, because we have all this access to information, because we have these surgeries, because we have this music, and we can express ourselves, and we see people that look like us, that look like Sexy Red, you know, is empowering people that otherwise probably have nothing. So it makes people have a false sense of growth. But in reality, it's like, are we really growing? Because the prices of things are getting higher. You know, like, are we making more money? Or do we just think we have the opportunity to make more money? Like, I don't know. I could go on forever, guys. I don't want to ramble too much or start to not make sense. But I definitely want us to talk in the comments about this. The title of this video is going to be, like, 2023 does not feel real. Because it truly doesn't, y'all. And I truly hope that, like, 2024 brings more clarity into my life. Like, even the fact that I'm 26 years old right now doesn't feel real. I feel like yesterday I was 23. I'm not even joking, you know? Yesterday I was freaking 22. But no, I wasn't. I was 25, you know? And it just doesn't feel real. And maybe this is just part of growing up. Maybe this is just life. But if I'm gonna snap my fingers and be 40, then Lord, just take me out now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not here for it. But that sounds crazy depressed. So let me not. Trigger warning, sorry. But yeah, let me just end this video here before I ramble too much, guys. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I really just kind of spitballed here. So please, like I said, if any of you guys made it this far, give me a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe if you want to see more. And please in the comments talk to me, y'all, because I cannot be the only one kind of feeling like we're living in a simulation, things are not real, and society is moving in a direction that I don't know if I support. So yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.